and we're also missing a switch on this Frsky Taranis Plus. So we're going to see if we can't fix that today. Hopefully this will be a simple job. Kind of wondering, because that looks like real screws on the front, and then screws on the back. So I don't know. I don't know if that battery's any good. It's a factory battery with it, but anyway. So yeah, I didn't think there would be any in there, but just in case. And it comes with a SD card. So let's just start taking these screws out the back and see if we can just. Ooh, that's tight. That's a long one there. Oh, I'll tell you something. I don't think this thing has ever been open. It might have, but I don't think so. Go ahead and check these screws to make sure they're all the same. So I usually take them out and lay them out in the pattern that I actually take them out of the device. Because I don't know how many times I've taken something apart and it wouldn't go back together and blah, blah, blah. And come to find out, one of the screws, exactly as long as the rest of them, turned out to be a machine screw. And I didn't notice it. And now I'm not really sure where it went and blah, blah. So, because you can take a machine screw out of something and probably put a wood screw back in it. But then the machine screw don't go back in it very well anymore. Well, let's just see if this will come apart. And it will. Okay, so Mr. Dime. Why, thank you, Mr. Dime. Oosh, 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 your goodness. Oosh, your goodness. So, we know where these go. They go up into here. And this is kind of nice if it is what I'm thinking it is. So this all right, so this appears to be a momentary. So I don't know how this is going to work. So I'm really not sure what switch would have been over here, because this side's got a momentary on it, and it's by default one way, and you can momentary flip it the other way, and then it pops back as per whatever. And I'm kind of wondering if this side over here isn't possibly the same way. I don't know. I may have to do a little bit of research to see, because chances are, see, this is just a normal three-way switch on that, and those other ones appear to be three-way switches. These are just two. Well, and it probably is. See, you've got 2 wires on this one. There's 3 connections, but you've got 2 wires on it. So I would say that you have a default set. I don't think it would really matter if you had. I don't know. Let me pull this switch and take a better look at this switch over here, because I can think of a way, jump things out to where one state is always, and then you flip it the other way, and it changes state. I don't know if you can hear my grandchildren crying in the background. And a funny thought just occurred to me is how people would potentially say something like, "Oh, what did I ever do to deserve having to listen to children cry at my ripe old age of retirement?" Which I'm not. I'm not. I ain't retiring. That ain't happening in my life. But and immediately after that, the first thing that came to mind is, "Oh yeah, you know exactly what you did." And I do. I know. I know what I did. Yeah, buddy. I did enough to my parents that I deserve it. And it's not bad. It reminds me of a country music song, and I want to think it was Trace Atkins or somebody. I don't remember who. And it's hold on. Let me take a look at this. So the down state is normal. So you're just engaging it. That's all you're doing. It's by default, and you take it off for a second, and so it takes a normally close, and you just by on demand open the circuit back up. That's all you're doing. So I can do the same thing with this switch. All I got to do is just hook up 2 sides, and literally, I can put it in here, and uh, you know, like on this right here, the down state is active. If I can get it pushed back up through there. So on this one right here, the down state is active. And so I can likewise hook that switch up so that while it's pushed down, it's active, but it's a sticky switch instead of being a momentary. So it'd just be a single flip switch with 3 positions. But anyway, like I said, and the song is talking about different things with children and stuff like that. And it goes something like, "You're going to miss this." And, oh goodness. it says, it goes like you're going to miss this because time passes so fast. And before you know it, your children are grown and having children of their own. And I can tell you that if you're having a bad day because your children are not cooperating, I promise you there's going to be a day that you're going to miss those simple days when they were crying and not cooperating, because there's going to be a day in your life, it's inevitable, if you live to raise your children, that your children are going to hurt. It may be emotional, it may be physical, it may be whatever, but your children are going to be in pain and they are going to hurt. And you have not hurt yet. You haven't felt pain. You don't know what pain is yet. If you don't have children, you don't know what pain is until your children hurt. Because there is absolutely, without a doubt, nothing you can do to make the pain go away. But you're going to wish you could. And so you're going to miss the simple days of just being crying because it's they're not having a good day. So what I'm going to do here to just follow suit with this, it'll be in here and it'll be put into place. And when it's down like this, it's active. Middle position or top, either way, it's off. But it'll be a sticky held position. Because I don't have a momentary. I could probably go into here and open this switch up and potentially remove that, maybe, but it's too much sugar for a dime. We're just going to get in here and set that and call it good. And I don't think I think you can program all of these buttons, so you can program them to be whatever you're going to program them to be. And so there's lots of remotes that don't have momentaries. And so I don't think it's something that you really just got to have. We'll go ahead and 10 all three terminals so that if ever I decide that I need to add something to this or make something else active on that switch or just whatever, I'm going to be ready to do it. Where's the soldering iron? Do I have it? Is it still here? Did I put it up? I kind of put it up. No, I didn't put it up. I did. I put it up so I wouldn't hurt myself with it. That's what it is. I didn't want to hurt myself with soldering iron. So I put it where I'd never find it. There we go. Alrighty then. Okay, so now try and get creative here. Good to go. So now let me see something. I know I got a bunch of drone pieces in. I don't want to take that tip off, and because if someday or another I do come across a factory switch, I would like to make it factory. And so I think that's what I'll do. I'll leave that option to be able to do that by seeing if I have a plug that I can plug onto that. So I'll be right back. For you, it was a second. For me, it was a little bit. So I can't find a connector that fits. But I did find this one. that I was able to match it up to and push it in there. And this is just an old, I guess it would be a power lead for something. So we're going to take and solder this in just for giggles. I'm going to solder the black wire in the middle, and then the red one will be on the end that I make active. So let's get this fired up, and we're there. And I don't like that. Don't like that one either, but anyway, okay. And the thing about it is I've got one of those helping soldering hands. I just don't got enough sense to go get it out. But that is a good solid solder joint. It is just ugly as sin. Okay, so down will be active, just like the Udden. Let's get this put in here. And get us a nut on it. I'll tell you what, being as the rest of these switches are pretty close to flush, we'll try to make this match a little bit by putting the nut on this. A little more. Mr. Dime. Okay. That is on, off, off, on, off, off. So there we have it. I'm going to just have that up in there. Actually, let's push this up in here because I don't want it catching up in the control arms. So we'll just have it there. Get these up on here. Now this one is not a simple see. Yeah, that's something I'll have to do something. No, there we go. Okay. No, it just need to be popped into place. So this isn't a simple then, okay, now we'll plug the battery in and give it a shot, because that battery is dead. And it's probably dead. And there ain't no tellings when it may or may not have been last charged. So it's not like I'm going to be able to do something with it right quick so we can test this out. So anyway, I'll have to work a battery option out. And I do believe I can put, I mean, I did kind of glance at it a little bit in there, but not a whole lot of detail. So I should be able to put a 3-cell LiPo in here. The switch 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the plug shows that you can, but I don't want to do that. We're just gonna. I may just make me a battery pack. I think there's already a screw in that one. Or maybe I'm missing a screw. I don't know. No. I don't know. Maybe I lost a screw. No, I didn't. I did not lose a screw. I almost lost a screw. It dropped right in there. So there's no reason why this wouldn't work. It's just that switch is no longer a momentary. It is now that's all. It just up in any way is off. But I just got to make sure that you push it all the way down to the second click for it to be a good thing there. So, I don't really know what these would be. This may be something you would use on a airplane or helicopter or something that you need to return back to a normal state. And you're using it just to make some kind of adjustments or something. I don't know. But literally, this plug right here is going to be positive, negative. I could use my bench top same way I did the other one until I figure out how I'm going to charge this. And we will see how we end up. I think I last had it set at 12 volts. I'll drop that down to, I mean, we got a lab grade power supply, so we might as well just make it precise. We'll go ahead and turn it on. We plug this in. and positive will be on the right, negative on the left. I don't think I can even hold them on there. Not really even sure I'd want to try. But let's go ahead and get the power supply booted up. Switch over to 2, and it is set for 12 volts. So let's go to 7 volts. And what is the milliamp on here? Hours. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. So I should be able to
Welcome to OpenTX.
And there she goes. So I get the same functionality as this one here, except it's clicks. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I don't see. Of course, it's probably disabled, so the rotors aren't doing anything. But I don't know what those would be. But it's nice to know it functions. Turn it off. Take those out. So works. It's great. I like it. It is a fix, but I have to remember, see that you pull this up and you get that functionality. Because you completely open the circuit here. This is a 3-position switch, so just flipping it here is just another state that the switch can be in. And so it's got nothing connected. This right here is connected down here, or no side is connected. I don't know if that makes sense, but down, you've seen it point one way. I made one flip, nothing. The second flip is when the circuit completely opened, nothing was connected, and it showed a different state. So I just have to remember this is going to be a flip switch. It's got to be all the way up or all the way down. And that's really the only thing with that. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I could potentially take and hook this up to my bench power supply and see if I get it to take some kind of a voltage potentially. I have to look at this to see what the power supply would be. The voltage supply rather would be. And I think this will probably fit. Yeah. So I would just need to kind of figure out I can take my meter and I can check this to see which is positive and which is negative. Because I know this terminal is positive on this here, so I should have center. Center should be negative and the outside should be positive. And so I can kind of figure out what the supply would normally be for this this radio. and I could plug the battery back in there and just see if I can get the battery to take a charge. So I may do that. I don't know. But anyway, so we repaired this one. Simple repair. It's not a perfect repair because it's a momentary switch here, and I believe the factory would be a momentary over here. But with that 3-position on, off, on switch, I still have both states. They're just sticky. They're not momentary. And so I just have to keep that in mind for whatever I may or may not would program to that switch. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I thank you, and I enjoy spending time with you. And I will see you. Yes. No, you. Next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.